Hi guys, welcome. Today I'm gonna be doing a jigsaw puzzle of this cute little garden gnome looking guy. He's in front of a garden fence surrounded by daisies, very jolly looking. I'm excited to do this. I am a fantasy lover. I have been for as long as I can remember. So anything like elves, fairies, gnomes, little creatures like that, they just make me happy. Anything a little whimsical. Brand new puzzle. Never been done before. Let's see what we've got in here. I'm gonna move this to the side so I don't look at the picture too much and get distracted by it. I always start with the border, so we've already got a little corner piece here. And then I like to do a little sort. So anything that's not an edge or border or corner piece goes in that pile. And anything that is goes in this pile. Oops. It's only 100 pieces, so it should be pretty straightforward. But I do think that some of the repeating patterns of the daisies will make this a little bit tricky in some ways. All right. So I'm not super methodical about my sorting process because if I miss any border pieces, I'll find them quickly enough. But just to kind of start out, already about halfway through that. Really most of the pieces of this puzzle, it seems, are the daisy pieces or daisy related. So I also don't think it'll be as helpful to sort into piles as it normally would be, because many of them are kind of the same category. All right, most of the way there. I always did think it was a little bit of a strange thing that people put gnomes in their garden. I don't really know the backstory behind that, and I wish I did, because they're just like these little kind of mischievous looking dudes in your garden. And I've seen people who have a lot of them, hundreds of gnomes. And sometimes they have the little mushroom hats. Do you know what I'm talking about? Anyway, let's get started with this border. So here's a corner piece, here's a corner piece. This is all brown, the same shade. Is it wood? See, I didn't let myself memorize it. Ah, it's the dirt. So right here you can see the tip of our gnome's beard. I think gnomes, like in most fairy folklore, are not good the way that dwarves are. Like, I think gnomes are, like, it doesn't have a positive connotation to it. I think they're evil to mischievous. Mischievous to evil. Members of the unseelie court, if you will. But let me know if I'm wrong. Maybe they are good guys. I think that traditionally of little bearded dudes, dwarfs are the good, helpful ones. Like in Snow White. Or even like in Lord of the Rings, you know, the dwarves are a little bit on the grumpy side, maybe. Some of them are a little bit greedy, but they have good hearts. All right, so that's most of the bottom section. These little smooth parallel lines running through it help me to see exactly where that goes. I love his big gnome shoes. I just think he's so cute. I wonder if maybe they're supposed to like scare away birds or something. Something like that. Like really tiny scarecrows, you know? All right, so there's this big patch of yellow here. And I am going to start sorting out. Excuse me. I am going to start sorting out yellow over here. These really big golden yellow pieces. You know, when I was younger, I thought I didn't like yellow. I kind of saw it as an unappealing color, but this shade is really happy. I had a friend growing up who loved yellow because she said it was the color of sunshine. And I think that just really changed my view of yellow as a color. Because you can't dislike sunshine. I mean, you can. I guess dwarfs dislike sunshine because they live underground. But generally, most people feel pretty positively towards it. I just want to figure out where this... It's also sort of like an egg yolk color, like a really nicely done egg that would just go perfectly in an omelet. I'll try this one, and then if I can't find who fits here, I'll let him be for right now. Okay. See, this is already proving to be slightly tricky for such an allegedly simple puzzle. I'm going to do some work on the border here. So there's these little thin black lines running through everything. And they will be very helpful indeed as I build this. So there should be another edge piece with a little tiny bit of black stripe in the key part that matches with this. I just need to find it. Well, here's two pieces here, and I just remembered these must be the slats of the fence. Here's some edges of the daisy. So many daisies. Could do lots of games. He loves me, he loves me not. I don't know about you, but this makes me want to go flower picking. You know, somewhere where it's legal to do that. As long as it's not in like a national park. Alright, so there's a little bit of green right here. I want to find where else that little bit of green goes. What is going on there? I think that this one maybe needs a different strategy. So I'm going to start by flipping over some of these white pieces so I can see what else is going on there. Maybe putting together some of these flowers that have bigger eye spots in the center. It's funny, I can practically smell the pollen from this picture. It makes my nose itchy. So I'm gonna have to lock in and start noticing more subtle aspects of the puzzle, like which way the colors fade, kind of an ombre pattern, thickness and thinness of the lines. So I'm going to start connecting together pieces and just setting those aside, letting little sections grow. I think in this case, it'll be a little bit easier for me to start with that rather than to start with the border. Like this little stripy part right here is quite fun. I just realized, I think it's the gnome's beard. I wonder if this big yellow section is the gnome's hat. think this goes right here. So I'm actually going to start, I guess, with a vertical column of the puzzle, building different parts of the gnome. Flip that over. All right. I mean, this yellow just makes me so happy and hungry for eggs, and I don't even like eggs that much. It's just like such a beautiful shade. It really makes me want like a perfectly kind of medium cooked egg. I don't like it over easy. No judgment to those who do. You're just, you know, you have a stronger stomach than I. I don't know exactly. Oh, I know. So here we've got the gnome's little cheeks for his smile. All right. Here's the bottom, or rather the top of his beard. So does this flip? That's like, I think what makes the gnome so cute is it's sort of like Hello Kitty, you know, like you can't see their mouth and that just makes them more adorable somehow. I know that if I couldn't see my cat's mouth, just kidding, but she's a little bit of a biter. All right, this is another beard piece. Can tell because of the vertical stripes on it. I just can't figure out exactly where it goes yet. I see. So this fits in place, but it doesn't click into place yet. So I need to find another little peachy pinky part that connects it to the gnome's smile. What else do we have here? All right, there we go. Almost done building his little face. What if Santa Claus was actually tiny, like a gnome? I bet that would throw everyone off. But that would explain why he flies so easily. All right, here's some more little beard pieces. It's interesting, the lines of it are pretty similar to the striations of the flower, but not quite. It's a little bit more gray tones. Sometimes I really like doing puzzles that have slightly more subtle intricacies to them. It helps me to just like be more focused in general. I think it trains me to notice nuance in life. I just have to adjust my eyes a little bit, and then after that adjustment, I start noticing subtle things, like whether gradients run up or down, little differences in color tones, shapes. I especially like noticing different shapes of puzzle pieces and seeing two pieces laying far apart from each other, knowing which ones will click together. Can just sort of feel when my mind adjusts into that mode. And I enjoy being in that mindset. Let's see. You are somewhere near here. All those are little beard pieces. I can tell by the little gray lines running up and down. But for right now, we're gonna work more on this yellow part. His big old hat. I think that this, going by the shape here, clicks right into there. And then this will all connect. I really like how this kind of turquoise and yellow go together, because since it's a golden yellow, more of an almost orangey tones, they're almost on opposite sides of the color wheel. Not quite, but pretty close to that. And that just creates a nice contrast. All right, go right there. Slowly, some of the border pieces are making themselves known. Or should I say making themselves gnome? I'm actually really sorry for that one. I'm not sorry. All right, let's see what else. I want to figure out this green. Patience. It's not time yet. All right, I think if I start building the border of the hat, it'll also help me figure out where some more of these flowers go. This hat is very large. It honestly takes up a pretty considerable portion of the puzzle, more than I even realized at first. So that just really helps me to figure out the placement of things, and it catches the edges of some of the flowers. Let's see, this goes right here. Then this goes right here. Now you can see that little daisy. I guess whoever painted the fence very patiently painted little daisies all over it, huh? Good on them. Maybe they had a stencil or something, because I imagine that would be quite a painstaking work, and you'd still have to keep repainting it pretty regularly. Not to be a Debbie Downer or anything. I just think that the wear and tear on it would be fairly rough. All right. There's another corner. I'm gonna guess the corners are here and here. Chances are I may end up having to switch them about 50-50, but that is just fine. All right. So there are big daisies and smaller ones. So I'm going to start sorting by the bigger and smaller parts. Oh, almost. I think that if I start with the bigger ones, by the center, and kind of build outwards, everything else will kind of fall into place. It's funny when there's a puzzle where some pieces are white or whitish, I don't always notice when they're flipped upside down. So there was a centerpiece hiding from me. A daisy centerpiece, I mean. All right. Here's some more with that little bit of green to them. So I think the green is leaf. And I think it goes right here, right along the bottom of the puzzle. All right. See, there was another one flipped right over, bright, bright yellow. And that was a piece of the gnome's hat, which is more or less finished, though there's a little bit of edge, I guess. A little bit of edge still. I mean, he's very well camouflaged. Kudos on the outfit choice. That was a good move if you don't want people to see you. All right. I think this goes, yep, right there. So slowly, I'm putting together the big daisies over on this side. I'm just finding where their centers are and then kind of building outwards. That's my goal. There's a little bit of brown right here. I think actually this is a puzzle that's wider than it is tall. And we've got that center column built. So there's the top, there's the bottom. This gnome is approximately 1.5 heads tall. That's even more extreme than chibi proportions. Very cute. All right, we've got a big fuzzy flower center right here. So I want to find what goes right in there. Got right there. And there should be a big fuzzy yellow key right there. Oh, it's so cute. All right. Let's figure out where this piece goes. Somewhere in this area, maybe. I won't try to force it if it's not happening. So these two go together nicely. Let's see if I can find any more of their friends. So this should have a little bit of daisy petal. Should be an edge piece with a little key part sticking out and a little bit of petal on it. I think this one. Here we go. All right, now another edge piece. There we go. Now that border is falling into place. So this one should be an edge piece with a decent amount of white on it. And it should have like a little pocket. Let's see. How did you sneak over here? You are not an edge piece. I bet it's this. So I'm gonna guess that this all goes on the right side. All right. And now this connects right here. So we've kind of got 3 sides built. I think that this is indeed the piece that goes here. So we just need to find what connects these two together. Something kind of short. There we go. Perfect. Now this needs to be a very teal looking piece. I think that one. All right, so that corner is all nice and locked in. This is part of the gnome's outfit. There we go, the top of his shoe. And this also, I think, is part of his shoe. You can see that brown. All right, here's another edge piece. Looks like it goes there, but it fooled me. I was tricked by that mischievous gnome. All right. Here's another flower piece, a little bit of green on it. There we go. All right, I think this goes on this side. Again, I could tell by the green leaves. Other little bits of green leaf around here. That one just doesn't want to show itself to me yet. That's fine. That's fine. Here's another bit of dark blue gnome coat. I think this might be part of his beard. No. It just looked like it. All right. Here is a piece of larger daisy. Must go on this side. There we go. Perfection. And we've got 2.9 sides built. Wonder where you go. This gray shadow makes this one look distinctive. This is a bigger piece. There we go. Let's see where this one goes. Another big piece. And then just one more. Aha, there was a little bit of beard there, I think. All right. We're getting towards the end here, kind of. Here's another big daisy piece, but I can't quite tell where you go yet. It's a big fuzzy eye though. Here's some more larger petal pieces. I think this one goes right here. So I need to find one with kind of a dagger-shaped key. I think it's this one. Voila. There's just 4 more that go in that little cluster. Let's see. What do I need to find still? I think that's a part of his hat. Yes. There might be a tiny bit more obvious yellow, maybe, somewhere. We'll see. Where do you go? All right. I think this one's somewhere in this area. I think that, aha, I was gonna say, I think that I tried that piece before and struggled with it. Now I'm going to use this black vertical line as a guideline. All these little ones in my hands have it. So those are the vertical lines that are part of the fence. This is an edge piece. It's gotta be here because of that vertical line. All right. Let's see whether the border wants to be built first or all the fence pieces. It's a contest between the two. I think that goes right there. I think this goes here. Ah, I was hoping for 2 for 2. Towards the bottom though. Or towards me, at least. Let's see. There's this little bit of sunshine yellow. I think that's got to be part of this flower. But where does this big flower eye go? Aha. That answers that question. Now let's see where these little vertical lined ones can fit in. The darker teal seems to be more over here. I think this goes right in this spot. There we go. this is here. It's that little distinction between the lighter and darker shades of teal. It definitely makes a difference. If this were all exactly the same shade of green, blue-green, it would be a much harder puzzle. So those little subtle differences really help out. All right, I'm just going by this vertical line here. This is a very oddly shaped piece. So I think it'll stand out when I find where it fits. This just has a little bit of black line on the edge, not a lot. Where exactly do you fit? Where do you go? Little edge piece. I think that the edges are gonna win this contest. There we go. The border is fully built, but there's not much else left. I'm gonna try to find places for all the pieces in my hand. You go right there. I think you'll go right there. Let's see. Right there. Right there. Almost there. We're down to the final 1, 2, 3, 5 pieces. I want to try to find this one. There we go. And we're down to the last 2. And here we go. Whenever you feel like you're missing springtime, just look at this puzzle. Thanks so much for joining me, keeping me company as I work on this little garden gnome puzzle. Hope you enjoyed.